Hello everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. My name is David. I am the founder and lead investigator for the Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. We have been together since January 2020. We as the team set out on our journeys to the paranormal world to collect evidence of the paranormal and bring it to the light for all of you wonderful viewers to watch at home. Let's introduce the rest of the team to all of you. We have our assistant lead investigator Jade, empath investigator Susie, investigator Patty, and photographer, videographer, and investigator Jake. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ghost Stories with Fans. I am David, your host for the night. We do have Stephanie, our co-host, with us as well. But first, I do have some announcements. Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. This is our banner. We are in need of a researcher. So if you are interested in looking for, just looking at haunted locations, helping out a paranormal team be able to go to these locations, definitely shoot us an email. We have our email on our Facebook page, and we will get back to you as fast as we can. So we appreciate that. Also, we do allow sponsors for each of these episodes that we do. So if you would like a little bit of advertisement done for your team, or who knows, let's say you're a photographer or, anything. So if you're interested in that, also send us an email. We always are looking for sponsors for each episode that we do. Some exciting news, updates for the paranormal team of Northern Minnesota. We have stickers. They are on the way. These are what the stickers look like. The sticker size is on top. They will be $4 each sticker. So if you want a sticker, comment below and we will place your order in for you. They are actually being shipped as we talk. So they are coming. So once we get them, we will let everybody know and ship them out to you. Another thing that we would like to talk about is the sweaters. We do have sweaters now, everybody. It is a little bit late in the season to get sweaters, but at least you'll have these sweaters for next year and keep you nice and toasty. So they're on their way as well, so stay tuned for those. They are $25 plus tax and shipping. So if you want a hoodie, sorry, I was saying sweater. I always say sweater, it's a hoodie. But yeah, anyways, they're a hoodie, $25 plus shipping and tax. They will be available here very soon. So enough with me jibber jabbering and doing my little spiel of advertisement there. Tonight we have a special guest with us. We have the founder and investigator of Apex Paranormal, Elijah. And then we're going to bring Stephanie out, the co-host. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello. Hello.
Alrighty, and we're going to bring out Elijah, and we're going to let him describe who he is and what he does.
Hello, Elijah.
Hi, guys. Hi, thanks for having me on.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Anytime.
I gotta be honest, I expected Northern Minnesota. I expected a little more of an accent from you.
I was actually told that a couple times, so yeah, it's different. I'm actually, I was kind of conceived in Florida, but I never lived in Florida. So, but I've been in Minnesota my whole life. So yeah, but Minnesota does have a little bit of accent, if you ask me. Yeah, there you go, Minnesota.
I was waiting for the Minnesota accent.
That's funny. Everyone always tells me that I don't have much of an accent to be from Nashville, but I think I kind of do. But everyone's like, you don't sound like you're from Nashville. I guess they're expecting, hey, y'all.
We'll see how this Kansas City accent comes out then too.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't really. I didn't catch no accent, to be honest. That's actually kind of shocking. No,
No.
No,
Me
there's
either.
not. I'm just teasing.
Hello, Lynn.
Hello, Lynn, and hello, Madison, for coming in, and hello to Shannon for popping in from YouTube.
Hello, Shannon.
There is a comment that I'm not going to display. I don't know if it was somebody that you know by any chance, but I don't feel like it's appropriate to display. But if you want to look at the comment, you can.
I don't know how I would, but I'm
that's
right here.
That's my Shannon. That's
Hold on
my
one
teammate
second.
cracking jokes.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Not. I was gonna say I don't think anybody I know would make a rude comment.
Nope, that's my person. You're more welcome to share that. That's not a problem.
All right, there's that comment.
She actually comes from Kentucky, so every once in a while, a couple beers in her. If it gets real late at night, you start hearing that y'all accent coming out.
Yes.
That y'all likes to pop out a lot too, from where I'm at too. So I mean, we like to, especially when on our investigations, we like to literally say y'all, or like, hey y'all, how's everybody doing? But anyways, enough little chit chat there. So with being said, you are the founder of Apex Paranormal.
I am. So Apex started about 7 years ago, and what's kind of unique about our group is we're all made up, or originally we're made up of all mental health professionals, and really it was just three buddies that worked together and found that we had a common interest in the paranormal, and went on a couple of adventures. So we just went to an old haunted winery in town, and let our ladies sit outside and drink wine while we ran around the abandoned buildings, and had experiences every single time that we went. And fell in love with it. So we said, let's go do something a little more formal. So we rented out an old, or didn't rent out, but we joined a public ghost hunt at an old prison here in Missouri. And from the minute we walked into that place through the 6 hours or whatever it was nonstop activity. And we were bit by the bug. So we formed Apex, and was originally just going to be, three buddies having a good time and running around haunted places and just kind of having some adventures together. And it's really has grown and morphed. So, we've added additional people to the team. We're now running 3 haunted locations in the Kansas City area, and just started our own little series. It's a little YouTube show that we do episodes and stuff for, and we'll be going on Amazon Prime here as soon as we get the first season done. Nothing super fancy, just kind of something we do for ourselves, and we're having a blast doing. So
when David told me that you were the guest, I actually instantly recognized the name because I have seen some of your videos on YouTube. And I was like, oh, neat. That's kind of exciting, because I watched some of your videos and then actually be on here with you. So that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow. That's got to be the biggest compliment is just hearing that. Because really we do this for our own enjoyment. If other people enjoy the stuff we put out, then that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. But our goal is just, we're kind of having a good time for ourselves. And so that's, to hear that somebody's watched our stuff and possibly enjoyed it, man, that's a big compliment.
I did indeed, but yeah, as soon as he said your name, I was like, I know who that is. I know which group that is.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. That's cool.
To be honest, you guys actually helped our team out to actually come down to that location. Is it okay? So I just want to clarify this. Am I saying the name right? It's the Haunted Vaile Mansion, or is it Valley, or like kind of like French?
Nope, you got it. No, it's Vail.
Vail?
Yep,
okay.
Kind of like Vail, Colorado.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to check them out, it's the Haunted Vaile Mansion Facebook links right here. So if you want to definitely go check that out and give them a thumbs up and give them a like and follow them to make sure to stay up tuned with everybody's upcoming investigations there. I know we're going out there in April, so we're a little excited for that. So for that, I'll leave that up there for a little bit. So just to kind of a little rough background, you said Amazon Prime. Is that like when you first got on there? Did they contact you or?
No, that's all us. We're definitely not that cool that they're reaching out to us. That's us. We will be putting the show on there ourselves. So
That's awesome.
Well, it is. I've been trying to kind of figure out that myself. I'm trying to get on Amazon Prime to start off, or we're doing a documentary about the Boyd House in Boyd, Minnesota, in May, start of it. So we're trying to get that either on Amazon Prime or Netflix. We're not cool enough to get on the Travel Channel yet.
Yeah, well, we're in the same boat then. We're definitely in the same boat. We'll have to touch base offline, man. Let's talk about that. I've heard of the Boyd House. It sounds like it's a pretty amazing place to investigate. We'd love to get up there sometime.
Actually, it is. It's we've been out there 3 times now. It's kind of like our home, like our investigation home.
Yeah.
We kind of like support them a lot. We have our own like special code for other paranormal teams to get our special discount. Like nobody else, like it's a special discount. You get $50 off. I mean, that's really good for like a location. So I mean, it brings it down to like, don't quote me on this, but like $150 or something like that for a night. But normally it's for 2 nights for us. So you would get it for 2 nights. I don't have the code in front of me, or like all the details. So I'm kind of like just going off of memory here. So I'm probably scratching all this, but it's okay. I will always update everybody afterwards anyways. I always do a little post after our shows. But yeah, the Boyd House, it's it's one of those kind of houses that you're like still unknown. You're like, what am I supposed to do? Because 1 minute it gets active, and then for like an hour or 2 it dies down, and then you're like, okay, what next? And then the next thing, out of the middle of nowhere, something just goes off and trips off your trip wires, because we have trip wires that they're sensitive to static energy, because spirits are made of static energy. So but yeah, it's a very good location if you're starting out.
Somebody, I'm assuming you guys are watching the comments. Somebody in the comments mentioned Ashmore Estates. That's another amazing location. I don't know if you guys have been there. If you haven't, definitely something you want to check out. It's out in Illinois, but it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Super active.
Yes,
amazing.
Hello, Travis,
yes,
and hello, Jennifer. I know we didn't acknowledge you. Hello. I'll tell you
yes.
what, I looked at the Vaile Mansion, and whoa, I mean, it literally made my hair stand up looking at the pictures of it. It's such a stately building, and like you could just feel the energy of it. It's really beautiful building too. I love the Gothic type Victorian style of it. It really fit. It just felt amazing looking at it. I mean, it was weird because I did a little background digging on this, and I don't know. I just, for some reason, instantly when I seen it, I felt connected to it. And then to read some of his background story about him being associated with the Star from L routes and everything, I'm like, I think I'm supposed to be on this show tonight, like, because I'm Mystic Star Tarot and everything. But it was just weird. I really got a lot of energy just from the pictures of the place. But the architecture is just amazing, stunning.
Oh, you You haven't seen nothing yet. Not to interrupt, but I'm going to bring this up, the picture of the Haunted Vaile Mansion. This is I'm
Yes.
guessing, the very front of the entrance of the building, and looking up at like a camera angle, which is a really good shot. I really like that image. But Stephanie, you haven't heard the best part yet. We're going to be talking about the other two locations that they're associated with, correct?
See?
Yeah,
See?
absolutely. I would love to talk about all three of them.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I think I have pictures, a majority of them. It's Haunted Bingham, and then Spirits of Blue Springs, right?
It's the third location is actually the Dillingham House Museum, which is ran by the Blue Springs Historical Society. However, they actually have 3 buildings, and so when we have folks that come and book an investigation in Blue Springs, we give them access to all 3 of those buildings. Really 2 of them. There's a train depot that is just not super active. It's pretty small and not very active. And so the Dillingham Lewis house is just it was kind of a sleeper, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to be that active. First few times we investigated, I thought, man, this place is a bust. Every time we even stop by there, something new happens. My partner Shannon, who's in the comments there, was just there a week or so ago, and had a old phonograph turn on and start playing by itself. Nobody even knew the damn thing worked, and just started. She went in, went to the bathroom, and it started playing by itself. So every time we're there, there's a new experience, new activity. And then right next door to the Dillingham is the old Chicago Alton Hotel, which it's named that because it was the hotel for the train line, the Chicago Alton train line that ran through town, which is insanely active too. So when you book Spirits of Blue Springs, or you book our Blue Springs, it's actually multiple locations, which is why we went with that name. So
I know you seem to kind of like me shaking my head over here. This is really weird because I got a message about the phonograph earlier. And I thought I got a message that it started going off, and I don't know how that's weird. And now you're talking about it. I actually got that message and that image earlier. Strange.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
As we're speaking of these locations, I'm going to pull these pictures up, and can you tell the viewers each location if possible? We already did Vail. So here's the next one.
Yep. So this is the Bingham Wagner estate. And the picture is kind of deceptive. This place is massive. It's a huge, multiple acres of property, and just this gorgeous, huge house that sits on it. And then right across the street is actually the family mill. So the family ran a flour mill across the street and has all these amazing old 1800s buildings right across from the property. The Bingham Wagner is so I'll give you a real quick little kind of history connector story here. We were originally brought into Vail. Vaile Mansion is a place around here that folks have been trying to investigate for years and years and years. And it's kind of a weird thing. The city owns the building, but kind of the day-to-day operations are ran by a historical society. And the historical society has not really been interested in doing anything with the paranormal. They really didn't want to be associated with that. They wanted to focus on the Victorian piece. However, the city kind of came in and really insisted that, funds are hurting. The museum part of it has been struggling with money for a while, and insisted that we kind of tap into the paranormal stuff. So another group actually brought us in. The city really liked how we conducted ourselves and our professionalism and our investigations and things like that. And we had already been running other locations at the time. And so they asked us to open Vaile up. They said, can you help us? We need to try to keep the lights on. We need to bring money in. And we went and investigated, and oh my God, that place is insanely haunted. I've had experiences there that, people will search for years and years to try to have, and it just won't happen. And it happens at Vaile Mansion. I can tell you those stories. But then the city said, we got this other place. It's not that far. Bingham's maybe 2 miles away from Vaile. Would you guys be interested in checking this one out? It's in the same situation. The museum's struggling a little bit, and opening it up to the paranormal is another avenue of keeping the lights on, keeping people interested in the history and in the buildings and things like that. So we investigated that one, and man, we had some great activity there too. And we said, yeah, absolutely, we'll help you out with this. And we opened that place up as well. So.
Well, it seems you guys are very active and very busy in the paranormal field, so that's always a good thing. I do have a photo that I did want to bring up to your attention. I don't know if you noticed, but if you can see on the stairway, going up the stairway, you can literally see a shadow figure standing right there.
Wow.
Yeah, let me tell you the story about this, because this may blow your mind. We've investigated Vaile Mansion up until the point this picture was taken. We probably investigated there, dozens of times. And I can tell you, damn near without fail, every time we've investigated, there's where this picture is taken from is this little smoking room. And so this was Colonel Vaile, who was the man who had the Vaile Mansion built, would have this smoking room, and him and his buddies would drink brandy and smoke their cigars. And so one of my favorite things to do is there's a little bench in there. I like to sit in this bench and just all by myself, all the lights off, and just sit and just listen and kind of absorb the location. And without fail, I will always see the shadow figure who walks down. This is on the second floor is what you're looking at, and that staircase is up to the third floor. We'll walk down from the third floor. We'll stop on that landing, kind of look at you, check you out a few seconds, and then turn around and walk back up. Well, last September, we had an event at Vaile Mansion, a public event. We had Katie Stafford, he's kind of known as a paranormal mad scientist. He was on Ghosts of Morgan City, and we had him come out and do a kind of a little celebrity event at the mansion. And during that event, everybody was in this room just off to the right that you can't see in the picture investigating, and we had one gentleman sitting in that smoking room watching the staircase and was just snapping pictures. Happened to catch this, brought it to our attention. We were there as well. And it's just mind-blowing. You can see, and it's tough to tell from this picture, but man, this thing's tall. We're talking 8-9 feet tall. You can see a head, you can see shoulders, you can see an arm on the handrail walking back up. And I'll tell you right now, we took 100 pictures trying to recreate this thing, different angles, different lighting, different, phones and cameras, just to try to get anything similar to that to debunk it. And we came up with nothing even close. It's just, it was super validating for me because I see this. I've seen this 100 times. My teammates have seen this 100 times, and boom, now we got this thing on camera.
To be honest, if that was me, I'm already just looking at this picture and I'm already just getting just like goosebumps just looking at this image. So I'm already pumped up about coming to this location because I kind of get into that stuff really hardcore, especially with shadows. Especially this one, you can literally clear as day. I don't know if everybody can see it or our viewers can see it, but it's clear as day. It's clear. You can see it right there as no problem. So another question is, we have a couple comments here really quick I'm going to bring up. Shay asked, how many locations have you been, and which location is one that scares you the most, and why?
Okay, so Apex has formally been together for about, I don't know, man, 7 or 8 years now. But before Apex was formed, I kind of dabbled in paranormal stuff on my own with other groups. You know, once Ghost Hunters came out and I knew this was a thing, got super excited and tried to kind of dip my toes in the water. So I've been doing it for a while, but Apex has been around 7, 8 years. We've traveled everywhere. I mean, we've been to all across the country, you know, some of the best known, you know, most haunted places in America we've gone to. And I'm not saying this as a promotion. I'm giving you a genuine answer here. Vaile Mansion has got to be the most haunted place that we have ever investigated. My scariest experience was at Vaile Mansion. You guys investigate, so you know this. The holy grail of paranormal investigating is to see a full-bodied apparition, right? Everybody investigates is just that's the goal. That's what we want to happen, where shadow figures is a thing. You know, I can tell you, I see them all the time at haunted places. You see shadows, you see the shadow figures. The picture you showed, you know, you see things like that with your own eyes. You always question it, but you see it. But to see a full body, to see a ghost that looks like a person, that looks real, as you know, has mass and a substantive form to it, is really the holy grail. So I'll tell you this story. The basement of Vaile Mansion. All my time, everywhere I've been, the only place this has ever happened. We had 2 of us down in the basement of Vaile Mansion, and when you go to the back of the basement, there's kind of this circle of rooms. There's about 4 rooms. It really makes up a square, but they're all connected. They all have doorways. They're all connected in a little circle. And we went into the first room. We put all our equipment out, and we're investigating. We're asking questions. You know, everything feels fine. All of a sudden, like a light switch, you get that feeling of just being intimidated. There's something in this room. I'm not supposed to be here. You know, just this real freaked out, something's watching you kind of feeling. And it started happening. And so we went to the next room in this little circle, felt totally fine. We're investigating, you know, after 5-10 minutes, whatever, all of a sudden, boom, like a light switch, you get that feeling. I'm not supposed to be here. I need to go. Leave. Something's in here. Something's watching me. It wants me gone. This went on for a solid 30, 40 minutes. This thing was chasing us around this circle. We'd feel it. We'd go to the next room, fine. Boom, it would show up in there. We'd go to the next room, feel fine. Boom, it would show up. Until we were about 3/4 around. We're staying in this room. We're doing the same thing. We're asking questions. We're investigating. Both of us at the same time went, holy shit, do you see that? Oh my God, yes. Did you see that? Yeah, did you see that? Oh my God, what's going on? And we look back, it's gone. We didn't say a word to each other. We both went upstairs. We went to separate rooms. We told 2 separate people. We explained in detail what we saw, what we experienced, and let those 2 people then come together. And the reason we did that is we didn't want to influence each other, right? We didn't want to, that's what oh yeah, that's what we wanted, kind of that independent, you know, verification of what happened and what we saw. We saw the exact same thing down to the detail. So what we saw, we looked into the room through this doorway into the next room, and we saw a young man, early 20s, short dark hair. He had on a t-shirt, basically like a black t-shirt. And we both saw him raise his arms up, puff his chest out, and start rocking back and forth like he was trying to intimidate us. So when you put all of this together, it kind of paints the picture. We feel like there's a young man in the basement, doesn't like people in his space. He was trying to get us out of there. And when it didn't work, 30, 40 minutes later, it wasn't working. He showed himself to us to try to scare us out of there. Now, fast forward several months later, we've got a third party, paranormal event company there. My phone rings at 3 a.m, wakes me out of a dead sleep, and it's this paranormal company, and I'm freaking out. Oh my God, Elijah! I answer. Oh my God, Elijah, you're never gonna believe this. Oh my God, this is so crazy. I'm going, what, did you burn my house down? What is happening? Why are you calling me? He said, we have 15 people in the basement. We're all in this one room, same room where we saw him, side note. We're all standing in this room, and we see this young man walk across the room and disappear into the wall. He said, I still can't believe this is what we saw. He said, we thought it was a member of the group. I mean, it didn't look like a ghost. It didn't look like a shadow. This was a person. Walked across the room, disappeared. Really? What did he look like? Short, dark hair, black T-shirt, early 20s. Came through one doorway and disappeared into the wall. Fast forward again, last fall. We were there for an event, and my teammate Shannon went down to the basement to turn lights on before we started giving tours, and Shannon saw the guy, almost like he got caught off guard. He didn't mean to be seen. She saw him standing in a doorway, and as soon as she flipped the light on, they kind of looked at each other, and he disappeared around the corner. So
I'm kind of like got goosebumps. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going. I've had maybe scarier experiences, but that was really the most impactful. Just jarred you loose kind of experience.
Well, and having that verification from other people, you're not seeing things then. Everybody it too. I kind of got goosebumps though talking to you though. Go ahead.
Well, to see that shadow figure on the stairs and to know that I had that experience is one thing. To now have a picture of him is validating. To have two of us see this guy in the basement, it's one thing. It was very real, very visceral. But even after it happened, you kind of go, really? Did I see that? Was that something else? Was I seeing it? But then to have it happen 2 other times was insane. I mean, it's super validating, but it was absolutely insane.
I kind of get goosebumps talking to you because, like I said, I kind of done a little bit of digging before I came on here, and like I said, I got the image of the phonograph going off for some reason. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about that picture, I've not seen that picture until now. It was weird because as I was looking at the original picture of the Vaile Mansion, I just got the idea, like I could literally feel my hand running down this real smooth staircase, and the stairs stood out to me. And to see that picture, now I know why the stairs are screaming at me. But I read something online that made the comment, and maybe you can clarify for me, and I wondered if it had something to do with that smoking room. But I've seen a comment online. I'm not sure if it's just because the way it looks or because there's something else behind it, but it made a comment about the onyx pillars and the staircase glowing with fire, onyx pillars glowing with fire. Was there some kind of fire within that building that you know of? I just know I read it online. That's why I'm asking you, because I don't really know. I'm just curious.
There's not. Now I'm not the history expert. Shannon's our researcher, our historian, and so she'll know 1,000 times better than I do. But just off the top of my head, I'm not aware of any fires with that location.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I read it, so I wasn't really sure. And then I thought, well, you mentioned the smoking room. Maybe it's a possibility.
It could. I mean, they definitely smoked in the house. I mean, that was a definite thing. Another thing that's a smoking room, and when you guys come, you'll definitely have to look for these. But in that smoking room, when Colonel Vaile and his buddies would get drunk, drinking brandy and being boys, they burnt faces into the wood. And so there's hundreds of these little faces in the wood. It's super cool. It's creepy, but it's super cool. And I had no clue up until a month or so ago. and happened to be at Vail and was chatting with one of their historical society, one of their board members. The Vaile Mansion, after the Vails had passed away, was actually purchased by a doctor, a psychiatrist, who turned it into a mental health asylum. And that mental health asylum did a lot of experimental treatments. So the place was kind of used as a, basically a guinea pig place where they let doctors from around the country come in and perform experimental procedures, lobotomies, and I'm sure way more terrible things that we couldn't even imagine. In that smoking room, if you look closely in the wood, there are messages written in there from when it was an asylum.
Wow.
They're scratched.
I'm getting on my hands and knees and be searching that wood pretty good. Just saying.
Yeah. When you get in there, check that wood out. If you can, I had no clue. I've looked that wood over, up and down, backwards, and once she pointed it out, I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I've never seen this. But there are two, you can tell it's two different people, two different messages written on the windowsill that are scratched into it that were from those asylum.
Wow.
That explains why this place is very active.
Yeah,
being an asylum.
Well, and I don't know if you guys know the story. So the Vaile Mansion was built by Colonel Harvey and his wife Sophia Vaile, and they had toured Europe and fell in love with some of the architecture and the Victorian and the Gothic look and things like that, and brought that back to Independence and built this home inspired by kind of that European Gothic Victorian look. Colonel Vaile had a federal government contract to run freight for the government. He was actually accused of fraud and defrauding the government. So he went to New York and was placed on trial and was gone for months at a time. They had a mural painted in their bedroom. It's still there. So when you guys come, you can see it in the bedroom above the bed of a naked cherub, a naked female, breasts exposed. Now, in Victorian times, that's like having pornography and very, very, very voodoo. I don't want to say voodoo. It was not an okay thing to do. And so they were ostracized by society. At the same time, Sophia Vaile had stomach cancer. She was very sick. So I'm trying to put this kind of puzzle pieces together for you. Sophia's sick. Stomach cancer. Her husband's gone for months at a time. She's ostracized by society because of this painting and was very alone. She did have a prescription for morphine for her stomach cancer, and ultimately she passed away in bed in that room under that painting from a morphine overdose. Now, nobody knows whether or not this was intentional. Was it an accident? I mean, morphine, it wasn't like, you were given a measuring cup and, hey, take 2 milliliters of morphine. It was, here's some morphine, take it until you feel better, right? So it could have absolutely been an accidental overdose. Could have been suicidal. I mean, she was lonely. Her husband wasn't around. I mean, there's a lot of factors there. Now, we have asked her. She is more than happy to communicate. She's in her room, and then there's a little bedroom adjacent to it. She's in those two rooms. She's about the most friendly spirit I've ever talked to. She loves it. You compliment her on her house. She loves to talk about her house. She loves to share her house and show it off, and is very social. We've asked her on 3 separate locations whether or not it was an accident or on purpose. Was it a suicide? And all 3 times she has said accident. So that's not historical record. That's not historical fact. But I mean, as far as what we do, that's, to me, pretty strong evidence of her telling us it was an accident.
Agree. I read that about that and was going to actually ask you about it if you guys had known either way, because it said it could have been an accident, it could have been a suicide. And I was going to ask you about that. I don't know. I'm kind of creeped out. I feel like the Vaile Mansion wants me for some reason. It's just really weird. Some of the messages I got before coming on with you guys, and like you just keep, just little things just keep coming up. It's like, and I for some reason knew that she was the active one. That she was very active, and she seemed kind when she came up to me. But yeah, I would definitely take that as an answer if I was you guys as well. Certainly would seem that way.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are coming to all three spots. Vaile is definitely going to be the highlight. I can't tell you enough about the Dillingham, though. To me, right now, it is one of my favorite places. I would go there every day if I had the time, just because every time we go, it's something different. It's different, and it's getting more and more active. Well, I don't know if that's fair. It's getting more active, or if it's just getting more brazen and more brave, and it's acting out more.
Right.
That's a very good question. Is it there's a lot of things that are unexplained, and we always like to try to pick our brains to the point where we're like, do we even know anymore? Until we get it. I mean, is there going to be ever enough evidence to be able to like ever prove something? Because I don't know if anybody saw that comment. I don't know if it's arguing with your comment about that story you were telling us about the possibly accidental suicide or whatever. But I mean, there's not really no way to be able to prove something that happened way back, when that did happen, unless there was an article or some kind of something to prove it. But that's the good part about being an investigator, because when you're investigating locations like this and spirits talk to you and tell you things that other people don't know about, and you bring it to somebody's attention and they get that wow faced, yeah, it would be it always gets that good feeling once that happens.
Yeah, there's a couple of people in your comments that seem like they're not believers in paranormal stuff or have doubts in this. I always, anybody that is a doubter or a skeptic, doesn't bother me. I love it. I love that there are skeptics out there. We try to be skeptical. We try to find we always say, if there's any doubt, throw it out. If there's any possible way that we can explain things as being a natural occurrence, we will, because at the end of the day, that's what we want, and see what we're left over, or see what we're left with. I always tell people, if you don't believe it, hey, that's all right. I mean, I'm mad at you. It's easy to not believe until you go out and have these experiences that you explain. I'm not somebody that says everything's paranormal. If a mouse farts in the wall, it's got to be a ghost. I'm not that kind of person. I try to throw absolutely everything out that I can and see what I'm left with. And Vaile Mansion, there's YouTube videos. We've got YouTube videos out where you can see the evidence. You can see these pictures. You can hear the voices we've caught. You can hear Sophia talk. I mean, it's out there, and we have no possible way of explaining it.
Wait, what name did you just say?
Sophia.
Oh my God. No way. That did not just happen. That's my daughter's name.
Oh, yeah. Sophia Vaile. Sophia Vaile is the wife who built the house. Yeah.
Oh, so that's going to be a very good connection, possibly. Because I'll mention that when I'm there too. Travis from Lost Souls in the Shadows Paranormal Team LLC. Shout out to them in Wisconsin. Next month we are going there for an investigation to Broadhead Manor and Phibbs North. He says to you and Apex Paranormal come to Broadhead Manor in Amphibs North next month.
Where's Broadhead? I don't think I've heard of that.
It's Broadhead, Wisconsin. It's in I think Green and Cook County.
Awesome.
It's 5 hours from our location, from where we're at in Minnesota. It's closer to Chicago or closer to Illinois.
That's
Have
pretty
you
cool.
ever been to? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you'd ever been to, I know you said you've been all over. Have you guys ever been to the Moundsville Penitentiary in West Virginia?
We haven't. We had planned a trip out there, and then it ended up getting canceled. I forget why. They canceled on us. We would love to get out there. We've not spent a whole lot of time up north. So we haven't been to Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin. We are actually scheduled to film one of our episodes at a battleship in Michigan in June. And man, we are super pumped to go do that.
Definitely.
There's so let me take a quick little right. Can I take a quick little sidestep here? You have a gentleman in the comments that is bringing up Jesus. My mom's a preacher. I've got two brothers that are preachers. I got two brothers that graduated from Ivy League schools with theology degrees. And this is an awesome topic we love talking about with the Christianity and paranormal. So the Bible actually talks about ghosts in 3 separate occasions. Jesus himself mentions ghosts when he's walking on water and the disciples on the boat are scared of him. Jesus says, "Do not be afraid. I'm not a ghost. It's me." So there are mentions in Christianity about ghosts and about paranormal events and activities, which is fascinating. Most people don't realize that, but it is not a either or. It's not a black and white. It's not either you're a Christian or you're one of these weirdo ghost people. There are a lot of parallels and a lot of mingling between the two. Sorry, I just wanted to love it when people, especially with my family's background in Christianity and theology, I love it when people bring up the Jesus argument. And so I saw that, I just had to say something.
No, that's totally fine. I'm glad that you did.
I agree with that. People, I read tarot cards and I'm a psychic, and I get that comment a lot as well. And people don't realize also in the Bible, they mention scrying, using water to see images. And people don't realize that. So, I definitely understand where you're coming from. And then to have the background that your family does, certainly. It's not black and white, like you said. There's an in-between there.
It's a little off topic, but I saw that and that always gets me a little riled up because I have those conversations constantly with the family, and we have some great fun, conversations and debates, and it pushes all of us to grow and learn from each other. You approach anytime you disagree with somebody else, you approach it with an open mind and with an ear to hear versus to be heard. You're going to learn something. And so I absolutely love it. They don't always agree with my thoughts on paranormal stuff. I don't always agree with their thoughts on Christianity. But we're able to have those conversations and learn from each other.
Absolutely.
And that's what these podcasts are for too, sometimes they do get very controversial, and sometimes, they get vulgar, and we don't sometimes, display the comments, but this one has to definitely hit the charts tonight for all time funny comment. Pretty much a comment back of your mouse in the wall. So I think tonight this one deserves the award for the funniest comment. I can't get over it. So, Al Smith on YouTube, you have now made the charts for the funniest comment on our video. But with the last 10 minutes of the show, I do want to pop up a couple more photos. Can you tell us about this photo? Nice sweater, by the way, or jacket.
Man, that's some good looking people right there.
Definitely.
That's actually a team photo from our Christmas party. We had a Christmas party in December. On the far left there, that good looking bald bastard, that's Ed, who is my other founder. So Ed and I started Apex. Allie next to him in the black shirt is our team psychic. She's our psychic medium, Allie Westrick. And then that eye candy in the middle, that's me. Right is Shannon, who's our researcher, our historian, and who's the Shannon in the comments here. And then on the far right is my daughter, my oldest daughter, Madeline, who she's in college, but when she can sneak away, she comes and investigates with us as well. So it's super fun to have my oldest daughter be interested in this and come on some of these adventures with us. And then we also have our rookie Tyler, who's kind of our newest member. He just started about a year ago. He's also in college. He's in law school, and so he's hit or miss during the school year. You know, he's got to take care of business and his studies and things, but he joins us when he's able to.
I think that's really awesome that you guys all have a medical background and you kind of got together to do the paranormal. I assume medical background is what you said, but I think that's really neat because you guys with that type of background, you certainly are someone who goes in and you're going to look for a way to debunk it first. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of neat that you guys kind of have that background and do this as well. Really neat. It really is a neat group. Definitely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It looks like Ed is chiming in. I gotta be honest. Ed is the wise old man of the group. I didn't think he'd know how to get on and watch this show, let alone make a comment. That's impressive. These old folks in technology don't always mix together.
Oh, yeah.
I don't always mix with technology.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to take that comment back, and I think this one might have to win the funniest comment for a different subject.
We're learning them. We're trying to teach them how to use technology. It's an uphill battle, but we're trying. I'm pretty impressed. I got to be honest.
You know, I have two people on my team on our team too that kind of, you know, they don't really like technology. It's not really something that they really get into. You know, it's something that it's kind of harder to, I guess. Well, not even try. Let's not even try because if you know they sometimes they tell me they might break it. But I say, come on, just give it a shot. You never know what happens. Ed says, my first post ever.
Yeah, Ed is definitely not our tech guy. We have to, if we hand Ed any kind of complicated equipment, we've got to babysit him and keep an eye on him just to make sure it doesn't break him.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it's very interesting to watch people, you know, work on equipment or even just trying to figure out how to turn it on too. Sometimes like you get new people to come in on the team and you're like, do I dare want to say something or can I just sit here and record this and do a blooper really quick? Because, you know, I started to want to do a little bloopers behind the scenes kind of thing before investigations, you know, if we ever have our little mess ups or mistakes, we use those videos and kind of just post them up later during, down the road or something. So I mean, who knows? We might do something like that, and we're also thinking about doing a comedy podcast. So everybody might want to stick to that one too. So that's a good one. Oh, camera's gone.
Me, I should be on the comedy show. I'm full of it.
Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second.
As we speak of technology and malfunctions.
And with 5 minutes to spare.
Then 5 minutes to spare.
Hold on, guys. We're all having a little bit of technical difficulties. Our quality was not working the greatest tonight for this show. The internet was kind of a little laggy. So there was a couple parts where we couldn't understand, some of us. But while we're waiting, let's go take a look at who we have tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Oh, wait. Actually, we didn't get to the other picture. So this is the other location. I believe this one is... Well, I'm not going to try to butcher it, so I'll just wait till our guest comes back on. Or if anybody in the comments, Shannon, possibly, could, let us know what this location is. But until they come back, tomorrow let's take a look at tomorrow's guest. Tomorrow's guest is Short Bus Paranormal at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Huge shout out to Short Bus Paranormal. Yes, we had them on our show a lot, and I think the last time we had them on our show was last year.
Love them guys. They are so fun to watch.
He's back.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. The last couple minutes, I did bring out a picture, and I don't know what this one is. So this is the other location that we're booked with, I believe.
Yes, that's the Dillingham House Museum. Yep.
Okay, so that's the one that we were talking about. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's the one. And then actually right behind that house on the backside, there's that Chicago Alton Hotel. And that so Dillingham's the one I was telling you guys is just what's amazing to me is, a lot of these locations we're still learning. We feel like we've got a good grasp on who's there, where they're at in the house, how to get the spirits to interact with you. We're really kind of have a better grasp of that location. The Dillingham, we're having a hell of a time because, like I said, every time, some nice comments. Every time we go to that house, even just a quick stop by to check on it, make sure everything's kosher, something different happens. Footsteps, voices, the phonograph turning on, shadows. Neighbors tell us they're seeing a female standing in the upstairs windows, doors opening and shutting on there. We'll have doors that are locked. I mean, not just shut and latched, but locked like with a key, that you'll come back 2 minutes later and they're standing wide open. It's impossible. Wow. It's not a draft or a vacuum in the house or, something like that. It is just, it's locked and then it's open. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then the hotel next to it is pretty dang active too. You get, we talk about whiskey or playing cards, poker games or ladies of the night, and you get tons of activity. We've investigated there before, and I actually we had a male start coming through a spirit box, and Shannon may comment on this one. I sold Shannon off to him for an hour, and we got him to talk to me, got him to negotiate, got him to agree to a price. I mean, it was it was like real time interactive communication in that hotel. It was crazy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, guys, for the last couple seconds. I'm trying to figure out how to ban people. Okay, I'm going to make this clear, very clear to everybody. You will be strictly banned from every single thing that we have if you keep making vulgar sexual harassment comments on this channel. You will be reported, and this channel is watched by police officers, so you better back yourself off this page as fast as you can before you will be reported. Last warning. I'm sorry I had to take it that far, but I'm starting to get really irritated on whoever this is, and I can't get. They're hacked. They're either hacked or they're like in our system somehow, and it keeps popping up more and more and more. And I blocked it, and I still keep having more come on.
Yeah, it's just inappropriate.
Yeah, so it's not. Okay,
I want to say thank you, Elijah, for coming on and talking to us. Like I said, I don't know what it is. I feel like this mansion wants me to come there. Honest to God, just all the stuff, the messages I've gotten, the stuff you said. It's like for some reason it wants me to come there. Somebody wants me to come there. I'm not sure who, but wow, it's like I definitely feel we were definitely meant to talk tonight. Definitely meant to talk about this house. Just, thank you for coming on and taking time to talk with us and share with everybody, and apologize for everyone else for the negative comments. We appreciate you though.
Yeah,
we're excited to have you guys, man. We're really excited, and the fact that you guys are coming to all 3 locations, that's pretty cool. That's going to be a pretty amazing trip for you guys. I don't always make it out to meet all the groups, but I'm definitely going to make sure I'm out there and get a chance to meet you guys. And if anything else, get a chance to kind of give you a tour and show you some of the spots I'm telling you about.
Absolutely.
Listen, we got a little troll here, but he's got good taste. He says Elijah is very sexy.
And I'm very fat. Well, I appreciate it. I would rather be fat than skin and bones and look like a skeleton. Thank you very much. So,
Definitely.
I mean, I can sit here all night long and just keep letting these comments keep coming in. But, I think we all have better things to do at night than, dealing with this kind of stuff. But I don't know if it's somebody that, none of us know this person, correct?
Nope. Oh, I definitely don't. I have very little patience for that. I'm okay. If you disagree, you don't agree with paranormal, that's fine. But like Elijah mentioned, you got to come in with an open mind. You come in, you're dead set that this is what it is. There's, be open. And if you're not open, there's really no need for the extra comments. Just don't be here. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm so I don't know. I love okay, I do get offended when it comes to people taking offensive to women, okay, or making jokes about women, okay. I get very offended with stuff. So I apologize for lashing out, but it is kind of it was vulgar and it's not okay to do on a live. But with that being said, it's kind of entertaining too. It kind of keeps you entertained during the live too at the same time, I guess, in a certain way. Except for now I got to try to, delete all the comments, but it's okay. But yeah, anyways, yes. Elijah, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I'm going to end this with one last message with everybody. I want everybody to know when we go there, we will be live as much as we can. So I don't know how the internet quality is down there. But we're going to see how it works, and I am going to keep everybody posted, and there will be links brought on to our website, so make sure you check on our website too, because I will be putting all the links up to all the locations. And I will also be putting up Apex Paranormal's links on our page as well for advertisement purposes, because they helped us a lot to be able to get into these locations. We
Awesome.
Anything that they did for us, it was greatly appreciated. So I can't help stop laughing, but I'm watching these comments again. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
Yes,
and
thank you.
tomorrow. Stay tuned for, like I said, Short Bus Paranormal will be with us at 10 o'clock on Afterlife, our radio talk show. So I hope we can see everybody out there again tomorrow night. And remember, everybody, stay haunted. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. My name is David. I am the founder and lead investigator for the Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. We have been together since January 2020. We as the team set out on our journeys to the paranormal world to collect evidence of the paranormal and bring it to the light for all of you wonderful viewers to watch at home. Let's introduce the rest of the team to all of you. We have our assistant lead investigator Jade, empath investigator Susie, investigator Patty, and photographer, videographer, and investigator Jake.